students, myself Tanmoy Dotto, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, JS College of Engineering, welcome you all in my 7th lecture of air pollution. Today we'll discuss about some controlling measurement of the air pollution, like catalytic converter, like back filter, etc. etc. So first of all, we'll discuss about the catalytic converter. What is the catalytic converter? So if you think about the catalytic converter, that automobiles contribute a major air quality problem in rural as well as urban and the industrialist area. Okay, so you know that is the main, this is the main problem starting from the chapter of the air pollution. I told you several times that the different kinds of particles or the different kinds of gases which are produced from the automobiles, and that become the major reason for the pollution of air. You know, about 72 million vehicles produced last year, that means the 2016. Okay, the report of the 2016, not last year. So in the year of 2016, approximately 72 million vehicles produced. Over 1 billion vehicles are on the roads at that moment. So think that how tremendous pollution can be produced from these 1 billion vehicles. That is very, very high. That vehicular pollution is one rampant increase. That means if the increasing rate is very, very high from the vehicle. Okay, so from the vehicle there is a high amount of pollution which is coming. Now air pollutant, okay, you know, all the automobiles which uses the gasoline, diesel and jet fuels as a source to generate power which emits a large amount of CO. So first of all, this is very dangerous. You know, if you think about the CO that I told you, not only the air, if CO, if by any reason, if come to our body, it bind with the hemoglobin, then what happen that the oxygen carrying capacity of the hemoglobin will be totally lost. So this is very, very dangerous also for our body. Then unburnt hydrocarbon, this is very, very important. There are several types of hydrocarbon, normally formula CnHn. Okay, different kinds of hydrocarbons are produced, okay, unburnt, in unburnt stage, and this is very, very harmful because these organic matters react with in different way, and it produce some dangerous things. Okay, then there are some nitrogen oxides are there. Okay, different kinds of nitrogen oxide, normally it may be NO, it may be NO2. So different types of nitrogen oxides are there, which is also very much dangerous for the environment. Then particulate matters are there. Particulate matters also very, very dangerous because this kind of particulate matters can become harmful if it enter to our body or for the pollution, air pollution in different cases. Okay, so now causes of the vehicle pollution. What are the causes of the vehicle pollution? So first of all, the release of burnt fuel byproducts and the particulate matters enter into the atmosphere. Okay, so this kind of when the burnt fuel byproducts and the different kinds of particulate matters, it comes from the automobile, it mixed with the air and it produces the air pollution. Then evaporation of fuel. Okay, this is very, very important. This if evaporation occurs, then it may be some dangerous things, they produce some dangerous things. Lack of vehicle maintenance, this is very, very important in our country. Look here, there are some kinds of rules and regulation also here from the pollution control board, you know, but there is some kind of problem regarding the awareness to the people. Okay, it looks like that we maintain the vehicle or regular maintenance is required only for generate some certificate from the pollution, some different type of shops or different type of board. Okay, so to produce some kinds of certificate when it is required, we can produce. But this is not only the only issue that we have to maintain, that regular maintenance of the vehicle is required only to produce the pollution certificate. No, not like that. For our awareness, that if we do not continue the proper maintenance of the vehicle, then it will pollute the air. Okay, so if air pollution occur, then it is not possible for us. It's a healthy, we need, all of us, we need the healthy atmosphere. Okay, so healthy environment. So from that point of view, each and every people should continue the maintenance properly of their vehicle. Then unburned hydrocarbon, what I told you, this unburned hydrocarbon is also very dangerous for the environment, which come from the automobiles. Now that measures to reduce the air pollution. What are the measurements we should take to reduce the air pollution? So first of all, with the modern emission standards, more advanced pollution control strategies are being applied, like modification of the engine design. So nowadays it is coming, the different kinds of engines are coming in the market from different variety of companies, and who claim that from their engine there less amount of pollution is coming, or pollution will come in the environment. So this is the first point, that we can modify the engine also in such a way from where less amount of dangerous gases or unburnt fuel or unburnt hydrocarbon that are produced, that will be less amount, and it will pollute the environment very less. Use of a better quality of fuel and a sophisticated exhaust system to treat the exhaust coming out of the engine. Okay, so exhaust system should be such kind of there, we can use their filter, such kind of filter that the dangerous gases or the particulate matters which are produced, which is not, it is not possible to come out from the exhaust, and it will be filtered there. So we can use this is the best way by which we can control the air pollution. Then a range of the secondary measures are applied nowadays, including the use of the three-way catalyst absorption and the filtration process. Okay, so catalyst absorption is very important nowadays. It is used in huge amount, and filtration process also. Okay, so in this way we can control the generation of the we can control the air pollution actually. Okay. So there are some norms actually in modern emission. So that Bharat stage emission standards were first introduced in 2000, and since then progressively the stringent norms have ruled out, and not like that. Okay, so there are some kinds of norms are also there. Okay, but the main important thing is that what we are discussing, the air pollution or such kind of strategies, because that only norms is not sufficient to control the air pollution. Okay, throughout the world, because throughout the world, if you check in internet, there's so many rules, regulation for each and every country, from the United States or local, like that. There's so many types of rules and regulation is also available, but till now we are unable to control properly the air pollution. So that means the rules and regulation or norms is not sufficient. It is only possible from the proper awareness of the people. If the peoples are aware, then only it is possible, otherwise not. So that's why environmental science is not only for exam purpose, it is also for the application of the knowledge in our daily life. That is the main aim of the environmental science, or the study the air pollution. So now there are some petrol car emission norms in India. There are some norms are also available. Then come to the point, catalytic converter. Okay, so what is the catalytic converter? So catalytic converter is a device. Is a device which is used to reduce the toxicity of the emissions from an internal combustion engine. Okay, so this converter is used normally to reduce the gases which are coming from the engine or coming from the vehicle. So the toxicity level will be decreased by this catalytic converter. It is placed inside the I'll show you where it is placed and deadly exhaust gases containing unburned fuel like CO, NOx, etc., etc. So if we use this, then what happened? Then the generation of this kind of gases will be less. Generally, I will show you, but it is generally it is placed in the tailpipe through which deadly through the tailpipe actually the deadly gases are coming. So there we place the catalytic converter to reduce the production or to reduce the CO, NOx. There are very harmful gases. It will help such that these gases will not mix with the air. The function of the catalytic converter is to convert these gases into carbon dioxide, water, N2 and O2. Okay, so this is the role of the catalytic converter. There will be some reaction that when this if the gases are produced, it will convert the gases to another gases which are not harmful for our health or environment. This is the main principle, okay, that if there is any kind of generation of CO, NOx, etc., etc., so catalytic converter will convert these gases to like CO2, it convert like N2, like O2. These all the gases are present in the environment and less harmful with respect to CO and NOx. Okay. Now what I told you that I will show you that what is the catalytic converter where it exists in the car. So look there, this is the position of the catalytic converter actually. Here you can see there we place the catalytic converter. Okay, so typical catalytic converter location in a car. Okay, nowadays. So types of catalytic converter, there are actually basically two types of catalytic converters are there. So first of all two-way catalytic converter, three-way catalytic converter. A two-way catalytic converter has two tasks. Okay, what are the tasks? Look, these things, these are very, very important. Okay, so you have to understand properly. So a two-way catalytic converter has two tasks. First task, what is the task? Oxidation of the carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide. What I told you in the previous slide, that catalytic converter convert the harmful gases to the another gas which are less harmful for the environment or for our health. So first of all, the first task is that carbon monoxide. You know, carbon monoxide is very, very dangerous gas for the earth, for the human being, for the environment. So carbon monoxide is converted to the carbon dioxide. This is the first task of the catalytic converter. And the second task, that their oxidation of unburnt hydrocarbons. Okay, so throughout the air pollution chapter, I told you several times that the unburnt hydrocarbons had different role to pollute the environment. Okay, and the particulate matters to carbon dioxide and the water, and this is the reaction. Look here, CXHY, it is the arbitrary example of the hydrocarbon. When it reacts with oxygen, it is converted to the carbon dioxide and the H2O. So in this way, actually catalytic converter it is the two-way catalytic converter. That first way is the conversion of carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide, and second step CXHY to carbon dioxide and the H2O. So while the three-way catalytic converter, what is the role of the three-way catalytic converter? There are three steps are there. First of all, it actually reduction of the nitrogen oxides to nitrogen and oxygen. So this is the first step where the nitrogen oxides are reduced, okay, to oxygen and the nitrogen. Then second step, oxidation of carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide. It is like the previous case also. At any way, carbon monoxide should not be come out from the engine, or it should not be mixed with the environment. So we have to control this in any way such that it will be converted to the carbon dioxide. Then third is the oxidation of unburnt hydrocarbons to carbon dioxide and water, like the previous case. Okay, like CXHY, it is the common formula. When it reacts with oxygen, it produces carbon dioxide and the H2O. So there are three steps by which by which actually we can control the generation of the some harmful gases from the engine. Okay, so this is a three-way catalytic converter, where one extra step is there, where all the nitrogen oxides are here also converted to the nitrogen. So you have to know properly that what are the reactions which are involved in the catalytic converter for either for two-way or two-task or the three-task. Okay, catalytic converter. So construction of catalytic converter, what was there actually in the catalytic converter? Look here, that at a catalytic converter consists of several components, like the core of the, I will show you the picture also, the core of the substrate, a ceramic hydrocomb structure or a stainless steel foil, the honeycomb structure are used to support the catalyst. Then the wascoat is there. Most often a mixture of silica and alumina is used as a wascoat to make efficient use of the catalytic converter. A catalyst, obviously catalyst is required, that how the harmful gases will be converted. So obviously a catalyst is required there. A catalyst is added to the wascoat before application to the core. When added to the core, it forms a rough surface which has far greater surface area and therefore more place for achieve catalytic conversion. Okay, so these are the construction part. Okay, then limitation of the catalytic converter. There must be some kinds of limitation also there. Okay, so what are the limitations of the catalytic converter? Look here, that with the with temperature up to 1000 degrees C, it is the degree actually, 1000 degrees C, the metal in the catalyst is prone to deactivation by the sintering. Okay, so there's a high temperature, there is a problem. Okay, vehicles emit most of their pollution during the first 5 minutes of the engine operation, before the catalytic converter has warmed up sufficiently to be effective. Okay, so that means when you start the vehicles, you know, in maximum times when you start the vehicles, the smoke which is coming from the vehicle, either it will be two-wheeler or four-wheeler or three-wheeler or whatever. So like, I think all of you familiar with these things, that the first time when you start the vehicle, the gases, the color of the gases are a little bit dark. Okay, so you can see the color of the smoke. Okay, so at that time actually catalytic converter will not be active. Okay, so that's why a catalytic converter take time to be warmed up. So if it is not sufficiently warmed up, that means it will not be active. So it cannot act like this. Okay, so in this way, this is the another drawback. It cannot function well beyond 80,000 kilometer. Okay, so one catalytic converter, it has the lifetime up to 80,000 kilometers. It does not stop the emission of carbon dioxide and the NO2, which are major greenhouse gases. This is another problem. Okay, you know, CO2 is less harmful for with respect to CO, but CO2 has the another effect that which produce the greenhouse effect. Also, I discussed in the lecture of the greenhouse gases that CO2 has the major role for this purpose. So there is another problem which coming out from the catalytic converter. So these all are the drawbacks of the catalytic converter which you have to know. Now new and advancement in catalytic converter, like nowadays it is a thin wall ceramic structure, electrically heated catalyst, and the pre-converter we used nowadays. So in this way generally they are a little bit modified, that such that we can, with the catalytic converter will be more effective. Okay, otherwise it will be nowadays that these kind of catalytic converter are used in the vehicle. Achievement of the catalytic converter. Catalytic converter have also been developed for the construction equipments, lawn and garden equipment, marine engine and other non-road engine. We can use there also. Catalytic converter has some kind of utility in this area. Okay, so you have to keep in mind the catalytic converter not only used to the vehicle, we can use there in the another place also. Catalytic converter are also used to reduce the emission from alternative fuel vehicle powered by natural gas, methanol, ethanol, propane. From if there is any such kind of utilization of this kind of fuel, then also we can use the catalytic converter. To date, more than 500 million vehicles equipped with the catalytic converters have been sold worldwide. Okay, so maximum area their catalytic converters are used nowadays. So that's why we are trying to reduce the pollution in the environment. Worldwide, over 90% of new cars sold had a catalytic converter. So that is the fact actually. Nowadays, if you buy a new car, then you see there will be already catalytic converter installed in your car. So these are the achievements of the catalytic converter. Okay, so which somewhat it reduce the air pollution. So there's an overview. What are the overview? The environmental, ecological and health concern resulted in stringent emission regulations for the pollution control by vehicles. Among all the types of technologies developed so far, use of catalytic converter is the best way to control auto exhaust emission. Because of the economical reasons, limited resource of platinum group metal and some operating limitations of platinum group metal based catalytic converter have motivated the investigation of alternative catalyst materials. There is a scope of the research also by which we can develop another type of the catalyst in the catalytic converter. Now come to the point, what is the back filter? Back filters are commonly called fabric dust collectors that are used in large industrial units for separating dust particles from dusty gases. Okay, so this is the main thing that are commonly called a fabric dust collectors that are used in large industrial units for separating dust particles from dusty gases. Okay, so from dusty gases, to remove the dust particles, the back filters are used. This type of back filters can achieve efficiency level almost 99% for collection of very fine particulates. Dust laden gases enter the structure of the bag house and passed through fabric bag that acts as a filter. Back filters are the most efficient and cost-effective type of industrial dust collectors. Bags used in back filters are made using different kind of fabrics like cotton, synthetic or glass fiber materials. The shape of the bag is either like a tube or an envelope. So this is the basic principle of the back filter. Normally the particles are dust particles are separated from the dusty gases by some filtering system, and there are some kind of materials are used like cotton, synthetic or glass fiber materials we are using generally we use in the back filter. Now working of the back filter, this is the working principle actually. First of all, the dust laden air passes through the back filter bustle. The air is evenly distributed, evading channeling. Initially, a coat of a material appears on the bags. Consequently, the coat function as the filtering medium. The dust is collected on the filter element while the air passes through the filter bags from outside to inside. The accumulated power is dislodged from the bags by turning around pulse jet air or by mechanical shaking irregularly. So in this way it works actually. Then the disloaded power falls on bottom cone and is released through power discharge valves. The dust free air is sucked by induced draft fan and fatigued to atmosphere. Knockers are provided on conical portion, especially for sticky hygroscopic materials. Pulse valve is a key component of pulse back filter. Its life is user of the concern or problems. It is the problem actually. This is the picture of the back filter actually. In this way it works, back filter works. Now what are the industrial use actually? You know that back filters are filters used in industrial units for filtering dusty gases. You know, this is the main principle. Then the basic function. The basic function of back filters is to separate dust particles for dusty gases released by a different production process. The structure of a back filter is made of fabric bag crafted using different kind of fabrics and a motor that powers the machine. Back filters are considered to be the most efficient among all the dust collector because it can attain efficiently up to 99%. So up to 99% it is efficient to produce the to remove the dust particles from the dusty gases. So the mechanism of the back filters work in a very smooth and convenient way. So you know already I told you that back filters are used in all industrial or small or large units to collect dust particles blown out in toxic releases. Air control system is in manufacturing of highly durable and high performance unit dust collectors used in diverse dust collection applications. These mechanical shaking back filters are generally used for removing dust in industrial applications. So these are very important things which you have to keep in mind regarding the back filters, and generally back filters are used in industry. Okay, so look there, this is the picture of the back filters, and there are different kinds of applications there, like starting from cement, starch, detergent, biochemical, food industry, paint industry, bulk chemicals. Okay, they are like pharmaceutical, dyes and pigment, ceramic industry. So they are all the areas we can use the back filters for removing the dust particles for the dusty air. Okay, so all types of industry should use this kind of back filters such that there less amount of pollution will come to the air. Okay, so this is the picture of the bag house. So in this way actually back filters work. Okay, this is the one example of such kind of back filters. Now come to the point that how we can fight against air pollution. That means reducing our energy consumption and go green. This is the one solution we have to think about, that go green, go green, go green. Okay. So with this solution we can solve so many types of problems, so many types of pollution actually, if we honestly if we want to fight against the air pollution. So what you have to do? So we have to do, first of all, that we have to use as much as possible the public transport rather than the individual car. Okay, so dear car lovers, if you have the individual cars, then try to use the public transport as much as possible, because from each and individual car there's so many pollution come to the environment. So if it is possible, more people ride in one car, then it will be helpful for the environment. So we have to try this fact as much as possible, first of all. Second thing, that when we drive the car, so drive smart. That means if you are driving on a regular basis, make sure that you are driving smart instead of wasting the fuel. Driving within the speed limit, make sure that there are not lot of things in your car that will weigh it down, and do all that you can do to conserve the fuel, because we have to save the energy. So do a regular car checkup, because each and everything, that maintenance is very important. If it properly proper maintenance is there, then there less amount of less pollution is there to the environment. Less the poisoning gases are coming from the car. So we have to check a regular checkup for our car. and then keep your tire properly. Properly you have to maintain the tire properly, because car consume more fuel when tires are not properly inflated and aligned also. Keeping them properly inflated will lesser your impact on the environment. Okay, so this is we ignore in maximum cases, but we should not ignore this. Okay, this is a very important fact regarding your tire also. Okay, so these things we have to maintain properly, such that we can save the energy for our earth, for our environment, for our future generation. Then there's a very common thing, that plant a garden, tree plantation. This is very important, that how much is possible with there we have to make a garden in beside our house. For each and every case, at least we should plant some trees which will filter the environment, which will produce some kind of fresh air to the environment. Okay, we have to follow this thing. And then their use low VOC, okay, volatile organic compounds actually, or water based paints. This is the another thing, that use the paints that are based with water and not oil. So this is very important thing, we should keep in mind this fact. The less oil products that we are using, the better oil that you are going to be, because that means less oil is being produced overall. Okay, so we have to follow in the painting time also. Then finally what we have to do, save the energy and switch to the green energy. That means how much is possible we have to use the renewable energy instead of non-renewable energy. So how much is it possible, we have to follow this. Renewable energy means, you know, the solar energy, their tidal energy, their wind energy, there are different kinds of energies are available. So mainly from our household or domestic purpose, we can use the solar energy instead of electric energy, because you know solar energy, finally our future depends on the solar energy, because after some years there the which energy we are using, like the energy which is coming from the fossil fuel, that will be finally it will be finished. So if we do not follow the proper, from now if we do not follow this, or if the technology will not be developed such a way that a common people and common person which be able to use the renewable energy, then our future is in dark, very dark. Okay, so there should be sufficient research such that we can use more and more the renewable energy. There should be such a way that a common people can afford to buy the renewable energy. That means the solar panel should be more cheaper with respect to the nowadays what is the price, because this is the fact for the middle class family, that its first installation charge is very high. So if though it's after that the cost will be lesser, but when we want to install at first, there we have to pay some money, huge amount of money. So that this is the problem. So we have to solve the problem in such a way that the common people can use the energy. Okay, so overall we have to save the energy, and we have to think about more greener. Okay, more greener means you have to use the green energy. We have to we have to think about the environment will be more green. We have to you have to plant the trees like that, like this way. So in this way we can finally control the generation of the or the air. We can control the air pollution. So students, what you have to do, you have to check all these things what we discussed according to the syllabus, because this is the last class of the air pollution. So the topic wise you have to check all these things, and what I told you in the first when you started the air pollution, the same thing I again repeat when after completion of the chapter, that this environmental science is not only to read and to write down some words in your answer paper. No, not like that. Air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution, or the or your land pollution, all these things are very important as a for your daily life experience. So just knowledge you have to apply in your each and everyday life, otherwise there nothing will be changed. Okay, because if there is no environment for our survival, there's no meaning of the technology. isn't it? So that means first we have to save the energy, we have to think about the environment such that we can live the environment comfortably. So that's all for the air pollution. Thanks to all of you for attending my class. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye.